Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 14th of April. We'll also look at Ethereum. We'll take a look at Grayscale, maybe one or two others. Mara has been pretty active as well. So with Bitcoin here, we're looking at, wave 3 and 4 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So there's no change in all of this, and it's unfolding quite nicely. Could this count be counted differently? Yes, of course it could. We could also look for a more bullish count to the upside by looking at this as 1 and 2 here as well. So a much bigger count to the upside, but I don't want to go there just yet because I don't have any evidence of that, you know. So I'll stay with the evidence, and we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and then between wave 2 and 3 here we're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 in here, and then of course 4 and 5 up here for that, and that's another story up here. How far will this extend up? Well, I'll always take the conservative view of all of this, so let's go in and pick it up from blue wave 2 here on the 4-hour chart. So from blue wave 2 here, what we're looking for is 5 waves within wave 3 here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now we could shift all of this a little higher up here for that, but I know that we're going to see some sort of vibration across the 65,000 level, which is called a medium level, halfway between two major levels, 5 and 8. And 5 and 8 come from the Fibonacci sequence of numbers we're using as a price ratio. So 10,000, well, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then back to the 1 again, so to 100,000, and then would look at 200, 300, 500, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's sort of where we are really. So from wave 2 here, yesterday we were looking up at wave 1 and 2. We're looking for a breakout here. We've got that, and we've also got well, obviously Coinbase is be listing in the next session, I think. So valuations, I mean, you don't get many companies coming to the market these days that have got a cash flow of Coinbase as such. So having that cash flow and that network effect into the stock exchanges, being the first one listing there as such. So it's a pretty powerful event, and maybe we're seeing that now within third wave, because I was talking before about when we had wave 2 here, which is going into wave 3, and then this one here coming into wave 3 as well. So in Elliott, we look for the third of the third of the third here, or at least the third of the third. So that's what we've done with this market, and yeah, so we should see a real powerful point in the structure here, and that Coinbase could be the news fitting that that story. So yeah, so my trades here now, I think I've got 39 positions. I've been adding through here on these, so I think I've got 117,000 in there, so that total would probably be about 320,000 now, I guess, in profit. But I've invested 117,000 Australian dollars, and my Bitcoin is around this price here now. So yeah, it's taking a little bit to get to 4, but anyway, just keep chipping away at it, no big deal. And yeah, so from here I think we can go, I don't know if it's worth going to the hourly. Okay, so just to start filling in some spaces here a little bit for the Elliott diehards. So wave 1 here, ABC for wave 2, and carrying on from yesterday, I've got a few trades in at this side, and we've looked to go in here again as well. You could also, because of where we are in the structure, you could also go in here, and we'll also be looking to move back in, move over to here as well. But that's going to be, it's going to take a little while to get through that. There's a few, because we've got a series of ones and twos and ones and twos and ones and twos and ones and twos here. So when you think about it, we've got this wave two now, this wave two, this wave two, this wave two. We could break it down to another little wave two in here. But at this end here, we're going to get a whole series of fourth waves in here, so a little bit could be choppy in here depending on how Coinbase reflects back into into the crypto space with its launch. But yeah, so wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. We'll look at this on the tip chart in a moment. So we'll do that now actually. So we'll just go into the tip chart, 100 ticks. Now it's going to be a bit messy in here, just forewarning. So green wave 2, so that's where we are. And we've got this wave 1 and 2 here. And looking at this here as wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in here for this. So we've got a really nice little structure in here as the third wave coming into play here. And we talked about getting, buying in here yesterday. We can do that again here. We can just go here for that, because this move here is corrective. It's in 3 waves here, so it's an ABC, so we'll be heading higher here, and we're on 63. So really 60, wherever you see a 3, it's part of group 1. So 1, 2 and 3 that make up group 1. Once we get support on top of group 1, the market stops being pulled from the previous largest number, and then traders start to think of the next level, which is 5 in this case. So 65 here for that. But you can see the way it's snuck along here to finally get support. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the ABC pattern, and then the impulse wave, and then we can go long from these highs. So we can go long here from that. Yeah, all good. So classic trading levels pattern, migrating from being resistance to support on this particular level, which is important because it's number 3, which is the top of group 1, and we should just pop straight up here. The 64 shouldn't give us too much of a problem at that point. So this is kind of what we're looking at up here as well. So just to so we from green wave 2 here, we're looking at wave 1 here and 2 here, and then all the way up here for this 3, 4 and 5 to have 5 waves within wave 3, then wave 4, then wave 5 up here. So that's kind of where we are, folks, with this. So one interesting other point here too would be, you can see this really powerful point just in here. That would be, that there is the center of the trend. And what that means is it's the center of, if I can just go back here, say to the 4-hour chart. So from wave 4 here, do we have a wave 5 up there yet? Yeah, there we go. So this wave 5 here, so from this wave 4 here to this wave 5 here, right? That's right in there is the center of the whole trend. So this 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, and going up into the third wave here. So halfway between those two, which was counted out. So that there is the center of the whole trend. That should be the most powerful point in the structure. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, that's just occurred sort of naturally, I guess. So it'll be interesting to see what Coinbase what influence that has at that point. I mean, obviously it's going to influence it in many subtle ways longer term, but yeah, anyway, that's the center of the trend from wave 4 to wave 5 here for this. Now, when folks say, well, how long is that going to take, Pete? Well, I can pretty much estimate all of wave 1s and all the impulse waves are pretty easy to do, but when it comes to corrective waves like wave 4s here, they can be time consuming depending on, it just depends on a lot of things, because once you get a big third wave here, for instance, so from wave 2 here, well, this wave 3 here, depending how long and strong that is, it's still got a lot of momentum going into wave 4, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But what this blue wave 2 to wave 3 here, if that's a really strong move there, so and markets are from humans, so, and we are emotional, so markets are emotional. So when you get a big emotional event in your life, it takes time to recover from that, be it positive or negative. And that's kind of what wave 4s are in a way, because we've seen that event occur and then the correction. So wave 4s follow wave 3s, which are normally quite, powerful moves. So that's why you get triangles and all the rest of it. It takes a while to process that, to rebalance. Okay, enough of waffling on. I'll go to Ethereum now, which is the same. So from wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 here, and then we're moving up for the third wave here, which I have here. And the interesting thing here is that third waves should be longer. This third wave should be longer than wave 1 here. So just to give you an idea here, so if that's wave 1 here, move that there. So that's going to be to there at least. That's just at minimum, that's just the, so I'll put that about there, just remove that, try to keep it on track a little bit. Also, third waves take out the trend channel as well. So we've got this trend channel here. So third waves typically do that. So, but we're looking really at blue wave 3. So we can move all of these up the food chain here further. So I don't see any problems going from 2,000 to 3,000. Along the way will be the medium level here. So we'll be looking at that. And then with this major level, we'll probably get 3 and 4 and then 5 to the upside. So yeah, I wish I had more money to put into the markets. But that's the trouble, isn't it? With markets and trading, it's there could be nothing to trade, and then suddenly you've got everything to trade at once, and then you got nothing, and then you got everything. So it's just the way the cookie crumbles. But that's that. Let's just have a quick look at Grayscale as well. I was looking at that a little bit earlier. So that event that's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum is really happening in the rest of the crypto market to a point. So we can see that this here is the same count that we've got for Bitcoin, which we've got this as wave 3 up here, wave 4 here, wave 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and we should be heading into a nice strong point coming into this space. So coming up to the medium level here, which will be 65 as well, $65, which is a medium level, halfway between $50 and $80. Yeah, and moving up the same. So if you want to buy Grayscale, now's the time to do it. Yeah, and this can float through to, we've been looking at Mara, which had a bit better situation than Riot did. So I'm just going to stay with Mara. Okay, so we can look at Mara the same as Bitcoin and so on as well here. A slightly different case though, but from wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here and 2 here. That one wasn't there, that was just, that can be removed. So I've mentioned to trade here, but there's wave 2 here, and then we can look at this as wave 1. Now, for wave 2 here, the 60, 50, 60% retracement level comes back to 40 at that point. So it's possible that we get this ABC pattern here. So the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here. Now this B wave here has already pulled back up to 61.8%. Well, more than that, looks like 78.6. So that means that we can also go long here as well. So if that gets breached here, you can be long at that point. Okay. Otherwise, we'll get a move back down here and then up, so you'll need to accommodate that. But with the markets heading higher, this is probably going to open up and end up higher here in the next session, but we'll see. This here can be counted as corrective or impulsive, so I won't go into the intraday there. The other one wanted to have a look at was ADA. Just to give a bit of a quick count, because there's a lot of markets like this here too. So I mean, it's just fantastic, really. There's slightly different counts, but the same count as wave 3 and wave 4 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1, and A and a B and a C for 2 here. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for 1 and 2 here, but they could be counted differently, I guess. But just shooting the breeze, but you can see that we've got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and we're heading off into this third wave here like we are with Bitcoin. So we'll be going further up for these guys here. We don't need this one down here, we can bring that up to here. So ADA at this level, the next major level here too, will be fine. There'll be a bit of a dance across the medium level here, so not sure what that's there for. I can just clone that and put that up there at the 180. So the 80 is going to be important, the 180. But also when you're talking the 80, you can also be talking 65 in here, 165 and 172 in here for group 2. So between 1 and 2 here are the major levels. And then we've got the Fibonacci numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. But with 8, we bring in group 2, 65 and 72. We call the 5 here the medium level. 5 is the second strongest number in the market after 1. So there we go. And now that we've got tested support on top of group 1 here, the 3 here, that means we'll have no problems pushing up higher here to this. Didn't quite make it here before, but we'll make it this time around because of where we are within the structure of all of this. So there'll be a lot of other stocks that not stocks, sorry about that. A lot of other crypto markets that are roughly the same pattern. So by looking at Grayscale and Mara and this one and Bitcoin, you'll be able to work them in a lot. There are some weird ones like XRP. So I might just put this on the daily chart here for this. This was a completely different count, of course, but we've always had this here as wave 1 ABC for 2 here, then up for 1 and back for 2, and then up for, I'm not sure about this 1 and 2, and I'll have to look at all of this third wave, but yeah, so anyway, we'll be up at the trading level 2 here very shortly. We're doing a little dance now at the 180 here, so we're in group 2 here, so 165, 172 and 180 would be all part of group 2 here. We'll end up seeing a bit of a dance across here, across the major level here at 2 here for this, but at the same time we're still cranking up here for this, so I need to pull all this apart here for that. So but yeah, last time we spoke we were looking for a strong move to the upside. We certainly got that. So all the folks that were courageous enough to hold through all of this, they're certainly been rewarded now for this. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.